Say from a ROI, return on investment, I'm starting to be irritated with the profit sharing disposable models. Even though I love the devices, I lecture in China a lot, and what China has said, if there's a disposable device and you're going to have to pay per click, is either you can sell me the machine or I'll pay per click, but not both. Because if you really look on return on investment, I do it every year with my accountant. Some of the procedures that you're having the most revenue, you're spending the most, so versus the ones you buy straight out, you're going to make a lot more revenue if you purely look at it from money side. So I think as physicians, we have to take a stance not to be nickel and dimed. If we're buying the machine, buying the service contract, and then we have to pay every time we use it. I think several companies are doing it, and it's a problem.
Listed, but it's the ones that don't work. I mean, it's not like the ROI. I've never seen one that the ROI didn't work if the machine actually worked. And I think the business model is okay. I'm also one that's, if we're here for controversy and stuff, I really don't mind the disposable model. It's taken me 25 or 30 years to figure out that we think these companies are just over there rolling in the dough. And, Ulthera turned a profit last year for the first time right before they sell. Cool Sculpting still never turned a profit. They're putting $80 million in R&D. It's not as simple as it looks. And I used to get PO'd, and plastic surgeons get PO'd all the time about disposable models, but if you don't give them some way to make a living, they're not going to be around. And so I think the models work. If I pay $125 for something and I'm making $600, I'm okay with that. So the ones that don't work for me, the ROI doesn't work out, is the ones that just don't work. It's the skin tightening stuff, it's the laser lipolysis stuff, it's just more work. It just ends up being more work and effort than I have the time to do. So it just sits in my corner, and it's a luxury I could live without, I can tell you.
Michael.
When I'm buying machines now, I sit down with my staff that are using them and I set a goal. This is what we're paying for the machine, this is what we need to do, and if it doesn't make its profit in 6 months, then somebody's in trouble. And that's sort of how I look at it now with my team. So it's a team approach, but it's also with the marketers and everybody else. So I don't remember the last piece of equipment that doesn't make money in my office, because I'm very careful now what I'm buying. And you have to be a very good negotiator in your pricing with these companies and so forth.
I think the problem with the ROI is not that the devices are not going to make money in your practice, but you're going to lose credibility on things that just don't work. So I would agree with what David said earlier. All of these non-invasive cellulite and skin tightening devices that we hyped up, we marketed like crazy, and then the patients spend a few $1,000s, and then they're all complaining to us later on. So that's the long-term ROI in the practice. We can get any device to work in the practice from a financial standpoint. You just got to market it and they'll come, but it's going to bite you in the back later on. So that's the main thing, is to make sure that things work in your practice and don't really hype stuff that's kind of bullshit.
I'm gonna pick on anything that has three things coming together, three bad things: high price of a device, really high disposable, and it takes a long time to do, because that's killing you on three ends. And for me, one of the focused ultrasound devices does that for me, because it just takes an hour and a half. I got a huge disposable cost, and I just can't roll a profit on it.